Why were you self-harming, do you think?
Well, I was probably desperately unhappy.
What are you feeling?
And we did get on, but the drugs changed him as a person.
Gemma Collins, 10 years ago, you were selling cars in Romford.
I was.
Did you think then you might be sitting here doing life stories?
No. And it is a big, big day for me today.
Why do you think there's such a fascination with you?
Maybe I was seen as an underdog when I first went on TOWIE. Never been afraid to speak my mind. They always want to know, what is the GC really like? Who's Gemma?
Who am I talking to now? Am I talking to...
Gemma.
What's the difference between the GC and the real Gemma?
The GC's very out there. She doesn't give two hoots. You know, there is a likeness between GC and Gemma. Both are very opinionated. But the GC has kind of become, you know, a caricature. She's a lot harder than me.
You said about the GC, sometimes I wonder if I've created a monster.
Yes, 100%.
How much money have you made by being the GC?
I would say well over £1 million. Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Over £1 million?
Yeah, well over.
Through this monstrous character that you created?
And it's not stopping.
What are the best perks of being Gemma Collins?
I've just had so many, like, upgrades on planes, hotels, holidays for free.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
2 million.
And what can you get for a post?
In one day, I earned £75,000 from social media posts, and that was on a Black Friday.
One day?
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane, isn't it?
It is, but the opportunity was there, and I probably went out and wasted the money, but I had a good time on it. But...
And what do you say to people who go, look, you know, I get it, if you're Beyonce or you're J-Lo or Rihanna, I get that they've got an amazing talent to perform, and I don't want to patronise you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But when people say, well, God, what's your talent? Other than being you, why are you getting £75,000 to post something on Instagram?
It's bizarre, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned J-Lo, Beyonce, Madonna. People really do see me as the next one in line. I don't know how I've done it.
After those three names?
Yeah, I think people have actually seen me go out there and, you know, really try and have a good stab at making some money. And if you look at J-Lo's background, Mariah's background, Madonna's background, they were all skint like me. Oh. I can tap dance, South East England champion.
Come on, let's see a bit of tap dancing. Come on.
Oh, God, Piers, you're making me earn this today. Well, I'm petrified that I'm always going to stack it, but I haven't got my tap shoes on, but something like this, something like
That's
this,
not bad.
something like this. I'll always have a go. I'll always have a go.
You wrote an autobiography. At what age?
13.
It's a proper autobiography. This is a book you've written here with
Well, at least
pictures.
that's the one I actually did write. We need to get that published.
So this is in your own handwriting,
Yes.
unlike the one that came out recently, which, of course, had nothing to do with you. My mum and dad, what can you say? They're wonderful. They're so loving and encouraging, and besides, they absolutely adore me. 24 hours a day, I have their attention, and I love it. That's how your autobiography starts. Most people think I'm a show-off. And to be quite honest, I am. But really, it's none of their business. I'm a popular girl, known for being loud and for talking a lot. And also, I know what I want out of life. Everybody knows I want to be famous. Very interesting to read that, aged 13, because, I mean...
It's weird.
Well, yeah, it's sort of
It's like
weird, but
I knew.
also you're living the dream that you had.
Yeah, I'm a very determined person. And if I put my mind to something and I believe in it, I'll do it. And I think, you know, I did used to walk around school going, I'm going to be famous one day. I've always been worried about the footage of the first programme.
Snobs was your first sort of thing on TV, right?
Yeah.
You went to a TV agent to see if they would take you on. Do you remember what they said to you?
No.
She said that you had the charisma, but you were too fat to be on TV.
Charming.
And suggested you lose 2 stone.
Look where I am now, honey. Yeah, well, she can eat her words now. But I never gave up, and I think people admire that about me. Yeah, I've not been blessed with a Victoria's Secret's body, but it's my body and I love it. And I am what I am.
When you landed that role on TOWIE, your mum seems almost more excited than you were.
Yeah.
This was the door wrenching open, and you, Gemma Collins, burst through.
Yeah.
Never to go back.
At the time, we didn't know that, because how the producers put it to me was, look, we're going to need you for 7 weeks. Basically, at the end of 7 weeks, we'll give it a review. So I thought, right, I've got 7 weeks to make sure that I never, ever turn backwards. And at the end of the show, that was it. Signed,
You
sealed,
very
and delivered.
quickly got 2,000-3,000 followers on Twitter. And with that will have come a lot of people who liked you,
Yeah.
but also a lot of abuse.
It was hard. I'm not going to lie, it was hard. There was times where people would get online and say, we hate you. I think one said, get in your car and go and have a car crash. Wish she was dead. You have to get a very thick skin, and I think that's where the GC was created as well. There is no way, if you didn't have a thick skin, and you will know this, that you will survive in this industry. It's not for everyone. I've been able to cope with it, but there's a lot of people I know that haven't, and it can ruin your life.
You've got a reputation as a bit of a diva.
Yeah.
Guilty?
I wouldn't say I'm 100% guilty.
I mean, I have a few examples of your diva behaviour.
Yeah.
You refused to film an episode of Celebs Go Dating in Wales, saying that you would only film in Essex and that the other stars weren't as important as you.
That's true. Yeah, I put my hands up to that.
I mean, that is diva behaviour.
It is.
You
And-
told producers you would hand back your £60,000 fee unless your demands were met.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's the
did.
sort of thing we'd expect
What-
from Madonna.
When I actually hear things like that about myself, I do laugh, but I'm also cringe at the same time, because that's not very good behaviour. And there has been times where I may have got out of my boots.
You're always late for jobs. Ironically, you were early today.
I'd never be late for you. I'd never be late for you.
You've also created this thing that you describe as diva power, which is like a protective shield.
Yeah.
You literally said that, you have to be kind and gentle to your fans in case they start crying because of the sheer emotional overload of meeting their role model.
Yeah.
Has that actually happened?
Yeah. I was at a book signing. This lovely girl and her boyfriend come in. He'd brought her on a date to meet me. And she went, there's 3 things I really wanted in my life: a house, a pet monkey, and to meet you. She cried. I hugged her.
Who would you have felt that about yourself? When you were young?
Definitely Madonna. I love her, Piers. I love her so much.
Can't stand her.
Can't you? Have you met her?
I have.
Oh, was she funny?
No.
Oh, rude.
Yes.
And you couldn't win her over?
No.
Oh, that surprises me.
But she's like your role model, is she?
I just love the fact that she's gone through a lot in her life, and she's 60 and still carrying on. She don't stop, and that's the way I want to be.
You have not always had a smooth time on the shows you've done. The Teen Awards in 2017, I remember watching this live. You fell through the stage.
Terrible.
I mean, everyone laughed, but it wasn't that funny, was it?
It wasn't.
I mean, the
that.
funny bit was you landed on 3 cast members of Love Island.
I nearly killed them. It was like a baby elephant falling on them. They were shocked. My legs were dangling off like the raised platform. It nearly crushed my legs, so I was about to be decapitated from the knees down.
That could have been quite an interesting evening.
What a performance that would have been.
Did you get hurt or not?
I was in agony, but I just got on. The show's got to go on.
Let's talk about your relationship with money.
I'm a spender. My dad rung me up. It's an absolute disgrace. You've spent, it was 50 grand in 2 months up Knightsbridge. But the way I look at it...
£50,000 in 2 months?
Yeah. But the way I looked at it,
Walking
it was
up and down
£1,000.
Knightsbridge?
It was £1,000 out a day over the course of 2 months. But I was going through a bit of a hard time, and...
It was comfort shopping.
It was. And I felt disgusted in myself. I went absolutely crazy in Gucci.
Like what?
Shoes, bags, coats. I was eating in the, I was staying in the Dorchester more or less every night of the week. at £600 a pop. I was whining and dining in there.
Living in the Dorchester.
Basically,
You're
yeah.
stripping Gucci bare.
Yep.
You're eating in the finest restaurants.
I got absolutely massive. I could barely walk. It was kind of like self-destruction in a way. And I'm pleased my dad took my card off me, because I'm telling you now, I would have ended up in trouble.
Your dad controls the money.
Everything, yeah. But I'm allowed, if I'm going on holiday, I say, Dad, I'm going up London today. Can I have £1,000? He's like, well, what do you need now? I'm like, nothing, but I don't want my card getting declined. There has been times it's been declined at Gucci.
Why would it be declined?
Because I get a budget. I get a allowance every month.
How much are you allowed to spend a month?
Only 3,000.
Well, it's your money.
Look, if it was down to me, I'd be driving around in a Bentley. You know, I'd probably move into the Dorchester. But that is not allowed and it's not accepted, and I'm really pleased. It keeps me grounded.
Well, let's go back to where it all began. You were born Gemma Collins in Romford in 1981. What was your childhood like? There was no real money in the family.
There was no money, but we had a really lovely childhood. I can remember having my first, probably big birthday party at the Little Chef, and really thinking that was a really posh restaurant. And I think my hard work and tenacity comes from, you know, my dad. He used to work all the hours under the sun and even do a night shift in a pub.
Your mother, she instilled in you a lot of self-confidence.
Yeah.
But when you got to school, that caused people to then bully you.
did.
Girls on the bus would be singing at you, I love myself.
Yeah.
Mocking you for your self-confidence. For all those bullies who chanted at you and tried to prick that confidence, if they're watching tonight, as you sit here in your Versace suit, doing life stories, having just told me you've made £1 million out of being Gemma Collins, what would you say to them? Does it feel good to have rubbed their taunts in their face?
I don't believe in revenge, and two wrongs don't make a right. I think that, you know, I hope that they've worked on something within themselves. It's hard to watch. Well, you don't forget it, but that's the downside to fame. I'm a lot more comfortable now in my own skin.
But the viciousness of that, you know, we found some of these messages. Please leave TOWIE and die. You hurt my eyes when you come on TV. Please just die, you waste of oxygen. You're just a fat, attention-seeking bee, and so on. I mean, utterly vile.
Yeah, it is.
And I would normally say, well, they'd never say it to your face, but some people did say this to your face. They would shout it in the street at you.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing once. I was taking my mum for lunch, a van pulled up, and they started abusing me. It wasn't for me. I felt so hurt that happened in front of my mum.
What were they saying?
You fat C-U-N-T, you know, fat cow.
Really?
Look at your stuff in your face. Again, I'm used to it, but I didn't want my mum to hear it.
Was she upset by it?
Very upset, yeah.
You've talked very openly about an ongoing struggle with your weight. It's obviously, it's a part of your life.
Yeah, I have always turned to food in times of crisis. I mean, any occasion. If I'm happy, I eat. If I'm sad, I eat. But I think it's about dealing with your emotions and trying to find a way of dealing with them in a healthy way and not turn into something that can harm you, because it is like a form of self-harm.
You went from a size 10 to a size 20 in the space of 1 year. What was causing all that?
I was really happy. I had a lovely boyfriend, and he was a stockbroker, and we lived in a lovely home, and I can remember saying, oh, I'm pregnant. We'd been together 5 years. I remember going for my 3-month scan, and they said, you know, your baby's not right. It's going to be deformed, basically. And I had to make a decision. I went and had a termination, which was hard to go and do.
You terminated your baby. You then, this guy that you love, who
Yep. Went with someone
for 5
else.
years, he runs off with somebody.
Yep.
And then you turn to eating a lot more than you were before, and you also start to self-harm. Why were you self-harming, do you think?
Well, I was probably desperately unhappy.
How old were you at this time?
probably about 20, 21. You know, and yeah. Shocking, really, isn't it? I've still got scars on my wrists that I can see now.
What would you do?
That especially. I look at that now and I just see it as a sign of how far that I've come.
What would you do to yourself?
I just would get a knife and start... I don't know, it was like a release. It was a coping mechanism, I think, but I'm well out of it now. And I've never, ever tried to ever revisit that.
Were you actually suicidal at the time? Did you feel like you could actually have gone through with it, or was it more a cry for help?
Probably more a cry for help. I should have probably had therapy at the time, you know, and I wouldn't judge anyone. There's a lot of people that might be watching this and judge. It can happen to anyone.
You claim that you're psychic.
Yes, I am.
So what's going to happen to you then? Because I can play this back in 10 years.
Yeah, you can.
And we'll work out if you are a psychic.
Well, I'm going to be in Hollywood, baby, and I might be too busy to take your call. We'll soon see.
When you did Dancing on Ice, you actually hired someone to improve your chances, didn't you?
I did. I think something was put on me.
So who did you hire?
We got in this shaman lady, actually.
To get rid of all the negative energy from the ring.
People can put... You've heard of the evil eye. People can put stuff on you. I can remember standing on the ice, my leg, like, went from under me. And it was like someone had kicked me in the back of the leg. And I can remember thinking, someone's put juju on me.
You pay psychics?
Yeah.
What do they tell you is going to happen?
Well, I'm always like, well, who am I going to marry?
Yeah. What's the answer?
Well, none of them have ever really got it right. There's only
What doesn't that tell you, then? It's a load of old baloney?
Well, look, yeah, I just enjoy it, to be honest.
You've never been afraid to share personal information with your fans. You
Yes.
told Dan Wootton from The Sun that you'd made a sex tape that would, quotes, knock Kim Kardashian off her pedestal.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is there a sex tape?
Yeah, it'd never get out, though. I've got it on my phone.
You have made one?
Yeah.
Who with?
I ain't saying.
So you've kept the sex tape on your phone?
Well, cool, so I might go skimp one day and I've got to do a Kim K.
If you were down on your luck and you lost all your money, and you had that on your phone, you thought that's the way back?
Well, I'd try and graft me money back a better way than that.
But if that all failed...
Do you know what? Sex sells and... Yeah.
How long is this tape?
Piers Morgan, you dirty man. Probably about 20 minutes, but we've all done it with our partners. You know,
No, we haven't all done it.
Haven't you?
No, I have not made a sex tape.
All right, well, when I go skint, you'll be the first one I show it to, and then you can help me ring round getting the bids in.
How do you think your parents would feel about you releasing this to the world?
Oh, that's the thing. I'd have to wait till they were dead. So, yeah, I wouldn't listen. Lots of young people have, you know, experimented with things like that. I'm just the normal girl, but...
What do you reckon it could command on the market?
£1 million, if not more.
$1 million?
Well, I'd like to set up a pay-to-view line where they've got a ring in. I'd take $150 on the phone call and then £3 or £5 to watch the thing, so I'd be cashing in myself, but I don't know if that's possible.
Now, I like you.
Yeah.
But what you've just said is awful.
It is.
But that means that basically everything in your life is up for sale.
Not everything, no.
Well, what if you're prepared to sell a tape of yourself having sex?
Well, I'm not prepared
and
to
actually
do
make
it.
money from the phone lines when they call in to see
Well,
it.
yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound.
What could possibly be left that's private that you wouldn't sell?
Yeah, well, I've never thought about it.
Can you think of a single thing?
It's... Look, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking you a
No,
question.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is...
What I'm not
ever
hearing is you being able to name anything.
No, yeah,
That means your entire life, including your body, including everything you do with your body, everything is a commodity to be sold. You've abandoned any pretense at privacy or anything.
Maybe, yeah. That's food for thought. Yeah.
Is it a good thought?
I don't know.
I mean, you might have kids, right? You want to have kids, don't you?
Yeah, actually...
Would you really feel comfortable? I mean, I was thinking about Kim Kardashian. It's all very well cashing in on your sex tape in the way that she had. She's made millions out of it after it was leaked. I mean, do you really want your kids to then forever be watching their mother on the internet having sex with some guy.
Now that you put it that way, no, I wouldn't.
You're
I've never sat there thinking, oh, I'm going to release a sex tape today and make some money. I'd rather go and work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year before I'd have to
No, but
resort
you've
to
kept
that.
the sex tape on your phone specifically so that if you have a bad time and you lose all your money, you've got £1 million worth of sex tape to flog.
No, I'm going to go home and delete it after you giving me the right act about it.
I've only asked you questions about it.
No, because...
And the truth is, if you delete it, you'll never have that moral quandary.
You're right.
But as long as it sits there, you're thinking clearly, because you've said it, that there's £1 million worth to be had out of a tape of you having sex.
No, you're right.
And the only way to guarantee you never actually do that is to delete it.
You're 100% right.
So you're going to go back tonight and delete it.
And I'm going to do just that.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, you lose your moral compass.
Gemma, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You've reached the right decision. What are you feeling?
When I see the picture of James in the grey cardigan, he was really well then. And it's just for anyone that ever thinks about taking drugs or just trying it for one night, you can end up getting really addicted. And yeah, I was really happy with James. And we did get on. But the drugs changed him as a person, and I fought every day for 3 years to get him well.
And what was the lowest moment for you?
I have felt suicidal.
At other times?
Yeah. Only, I think, when my relationship broke down with Arj. That affected me. I just thought, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't take it.
This was just a few months ago.
Yeah. Christmas was an all-time low. I saved his life 3 times.
This is end of 2019.
Yeah.
I had this insatiable love for him. I never wanted to give up on him.
You suffered a miscarriage earlier.
Yeah, that was
start
sad.
Of 2020.
The
And
problems...
Was he the father?
Yes.
Did you know you were pregnant when you had the miscarriage?
No, I didn't.
It all happened. That's how you found
No, I
out.
can remember my boobs. I need to get them lifted. Gravity's taken place. So I can remember thinking, oh, my boobs feel really up and, you know, definitely I would have had the baby with James. I know, obviously, he's had his struggles, but it is hard. There was a lot of love there. The relationship turned very, very sour because of the drugs.
Did you tell him that you'd had a miscarriage?
Yeah, he was upset. He was upset.
Do you think you might have, if you'd had the baby, do you think it may have changed the course of things?
Yeah. James is not a... James wouldn't have deserted me.
Would you like to end up with him?
I know a lot of people probably won't be. If basically I could turn back the clock and as I see him there on that screen in that grey jumper and we managed to move on from the past and he was well, then I kind of... The problem is probably, yeah.
He's the love of your life, really.
Basically, yeah.
Warts and all.
The problem is you don't dislike James when you meet him. So what happened was, in March, when he come home, obviously miscarriage, lockdown, around that time, like, everything had come back for me. Like, I couldn't just sweep it under the carpet. And I can remember I was getting flashbacks, not realising how much this had affected me and taken its toll on me. And I spoke to my therapist and she said, you're suffering with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Despite all this, you still think you may end up with it?
Well, look, I'm not saying for definite. What I'm saying is, the truth is, it was only ever chaotic, not because we didn't love each other, not because there was good times. James become an addict.
You get kicked a lot.
A
And you
hell of
get
a lot.
ridiculed a lot, but you never stop bouncing back.
Well,
And I quite admire that spirit.
This is the thing, I'm actually no joke. I'm no joke, I'm a serious woman. I love to read. I bought your autobiography once.
Really?
Yeah.
And?
I thought it was very good. I'm quite intellectual. I like to...
Really? Intellectual?
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm Stephen Hawkins, but basically I'm sharp. I'm sharp.
What's the last book you read?
Becoming Michelle Obama.
Oh.
And I thought it was fantastic. And
Did you see any similarities between Michelle and you?
Well, I think I'm pretty much a one-off, to be honest. But I admire her spirit and determination. And I think, in a way, maybe that's what you like about me, because everyone goes, Piers Morgan. I'm like, it's actually all right with me. But I said, I think it's because he can see that I don't give up and I've got a real spirit.
Well, that is it. I think you're a force of nature.
Yes.
Would you like to have children?
Of course I would. Yeah.
It's not an easy thing for you because you have polycystic ovary syndrome.
Yes, I do. I see a top doctor down on Harley Street. He examined me and said, actually, you know, everything looks healthy there, and when you're ready, you'll be all right.
Apparently, men have been running into your clothes shop in Brentwood offering their services as a sperm donor.
Yeah, they have. I'll be the father, GC.
Are you tempted by any of them?
Nah. I think, you know, when you bring a child into the world, it comes from love. And, you know, I don't see why I couldn't have the partner. I don't see why I couldn't have the real love and make a child from love.
All your family and friends think you'd be a fantastic mum.
Yeah, I'd really enjoy it.
How much of, in terms of parental control, would be GC and how much Gemma?
Oh, listen, if they're going to play up, I'm going full GC.
Thoughts about turning 40?
I'm grown and I'm more confident, and my past is my past, and it's all about the future for me, and I feel something good in my bones about my 40s.
What ambitions do you have left?
You know, a bit of acting somewhere along the line, and I think my main #1 priority in my 40s is to be happy.
Could you imagine killing off the GC?
Oh, I think when I have children and get married, it's time to kill her off. I need to be a bit more sensible now. And you're right. You know, talking to you today, I don't need to sell a sex tape. I don't need to put all of my life out there.
I mean, ultimately, it's about how you want to be remembered in life, right?
Yeah.
When you finally shuffle off this mortal coil,
Yeah.
and there's a tombstone that says, "Here lies Gemma Collins," how would you actually like to be remembered?
Like a suffragette. She was a woman that fought for rights, and she was a woman that stood for the underdog.
You see yourself really as the modern-day Emmeline Pankhurst.
Yes, I do. And I will take who I need to take with me, and I will march through the streets for everyone to feel accepted in life. And it is so cruel when everyone is judged because you're either overweight, don't look like a Victoria's Secrets model, and I champion them people, and I'm ready to go to war.
Gemma, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Gemma Collins, everybody.
Thank you very much.